Hi there, Scratch followers. Welcome to another in the series of Scratches Live from the Living Room series. And today I'm going to be talking to Sammy MacDonald. In light of the fact that Scottish salons could reopen from today, the 22nd of July. Now, Sammy owns two salons. One in Aberdeen and one Bridge of Don. They're called the Studio Salons, and she boasts a very exciting career. She's been in the industry for about 13 years, and she's won numerous awards, over 30 awards I think, and her salon is also a finalist in the Scratch Star Awards for Nail and Beauty Salon of the Year. So I'm going to invite Sammy to come in now, and she is going to tell us all about her first day, and she can answer any questions that you might have as well. So bear with me, she is coming in. As I said, write any questions in the comment box below, and we'll endeavour to get them answered within the next 15-20 minutes. Hello, Sammy.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Yeah. Excuse the state of me. I'm just in.
You look fabulous, but you had a very hard day at work, I don't doubt. First day back. Tell us all about it.
It was different, very different from what we've done before. It was nerve-wracking. I woke up well before I was due to even be in the salon. Salon nerves, not knowing what to expect.
Mm.
Having such a big team, I worry about the girls as well, in case they slip up or maybe make a mistake. Society you live in now, you worry about somebody snapping something and putting it on social media and like, they're not following the rules. I think a little bit of nerves settled in, but
Definitely. I think that's kind of understandable as well. And I think what we've noticed, since reopening in England from the 13th of July, is that the guidelines have been very hazy, the ones set out by government. How have yours been from Nicola Sturgeon and her government?
they've been pretty much the same, to be fair. There's been no set guidelines. The Scottish government actually did something yesterday to say that mobile beauty aren't allowed to open today, and they only released that yesterday. So there's a lot of therapists who had booked people in to go to their houses. There to last night, a statement saying that mobile therapists can't go around people's houses. So
Wow.
all those people realise what our industry is like, and the preparation and the planning and patch testing and the organisation running a diet behind. Uh, there just doesn't any planning, which sort of it's not very good, really. But I think all the salons that I know have actually coped very well considering.
I believe there is a checklist on the Scottish Government website. Have you referred to that much, or have you done your own risk assessments on top of that?
So before the guidelines came out, I already set a plan in place for the salon so that I knew roughly what I wanted us to do. No matter what the government said, I wanted us to cover every avenue possible. No matter what happened, we were covered. So I actually had a plan in action well before the checklist was released. So lucky for me, the checklist was pretty much already in our sites. It was a lot of organised results, but I'm pleased we got there, and the girls have had a great first day, and they've all done so well. And I'm proud of them because it's scary, and I think wearing all the PPE sometimes is quite restrictive, but they did well. Once you've worn it for a couple of hours, it's not as bad.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And I think I was looking at your Insta stories earlier for the Studio Salons. And if anyone gets a chance, take a look after this live, because you've done a fantastic run through of what clients can expect when they come to the salon, which has been a great thing to do for your followers. And, you know, I personally recommend that other salons and business owners follow suit, because it instills a lot of confidence. But can you, for those that haven't seen it, talk us through the client journey and what your team is doing?
Yeah, so our clients a lot because not only we have like 7 hours at the bus on reception's full, people bring friends with them, and obviously all that's changed with guidelines. So reception has gone. Clients have to wait outside until their therapist comes to them, and we also have a buzz system. When clients arrive, we've installed sinks, so the clients have to wash their hands on arrival. They have to wear a face covering in the salon, and if they don't have one, we provide one. And we are also giving our client advisors, purely so I didn't put the hassle of putting the girls worrying about cleaning all the space. We have visors that go into a bit of Milton sterilising tablets at the end of every day. We've got enough to cover a full day's use. Purely just because I want my girls to be as precise as possible.
Yeah.
So clients are in, they've washed their hands, got their mask and their visor on. Now, if they're getting a brow wax on, we don't have their visor on. And if they're getting, obviously, a lip wax, they can take their mask off, but there's temperature checks done if they're having those treatments done. So when they go through the salon, their therapists will come. It's actually, we've got lovely, got such a big salon that actually spacing and social distancing is very easy for us. I think for some salons, a smaller salon in Bridgeton, it's been more difficult, a much smaller venue, segregate all the positions. But the girls have done good.
Yeah, it looks like from the pictures on your social media as well, how you've mapped out the no-go areas with tape in between your nail desks has been quite an inspired idea as well. So it's really clear to clients and, you know, remind staff, okay, no, we're not using that area, that's out of bounds. This is how we've distanced.
I think even for dumping their things, you know, like normally if they're staring at it, it's like, oh, I'll just all of my belongings. Like, so it kind of stops that as well. It just, it's like you don't enter again, just make sure everything definitely stays apart. That's been really good.
And am I right in thinking that as well as nails, you could do close contact services on the face and brows and lashes today?
We can, but we only found out very shortly before. So the guidance came out, and then we were told a day and a bit later that would probably be treatment restrictions. But by this point, we were ready to go. So we open online booking, and we were full. So then when they released saying that, I thought, oh no, we're going to phone everybody. But I decided not to phone everybody, bide my time and see what happened, because I think as an industry, we're sick of moving clients and about not really having clear. So actually, the fact that we held out did us a favour, because the books didn't need to change.
Yeah.
And then the announcement came out that facial treatments would be allowed as long as they were from the side or behind.
Brilliant. And what has been the most popular treatment that people have been rushing to book back with you?
So we have one or two girls who wax a lot. That's all they do, and what a shame. They're fully booked for about 6 weeks. I think people are struggling needing wax. Obviously, our big what we've always sort of specialised most. And today it has been all bright nails. Everybody wants the brightest colour to find. I think everybody's sick of having no nails in the summer, so it's been neons, pink galore. So.
Oh, fabulous! That's great to hear. And I bet have you and the team enjoyed getting back to it? Has it been a bit straight? Are you knackered now? How are you feeling?
I think mentally exhausted more than anything. I think it's a lot of information. The guidelines are so difficult to find on the website. There's announcements all the time. You're worried about something, and you worry about being judged, not from other salons, more just from your clients, because you're like, I hope they feel safe. You're worried about what they think. Like, created a safe place. They feel safe. Are safe. So mentally, there's a lot goes into that. So that's probably a big issue. That it's not actually doing it. It's just the constant thinking: have I missed anything? Have I done this? Have I triple checked that? So I think mentally exhausted. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
I was looking at your Facebook page earlier as well, and you know you've kept your clients very, very up to date, and you've explained everything as you've gone along. They've you seem like you've really informed them though, because you've been keeping on top of things. And did that help? Did they feel comforted? Like, what was their feedback when they came in today?
Well, I kind of feel like it's, as a salon owner, or even if you don't like reading documents, it's the only responsible thing to keep yourself up to date, and the more information you can give everybody else. So we've had some lovely reviews today. Clients, they felt so safe in the shop. They said obviously clients aren't mandatory. Like, we have masks and the visors, but the visors for clients aren't mandatory. But they all said that actually made them feel safer, because I had a visor, they had a visor, and we both had masks on. So it actually made them feel even more in the salon. We had some great feedback, but very different. It's strange, because I think some of my clients have been for years and years, before I even had my children. And now when I see them, I haven't seen them so long, I just want to give them a hug. Oh, I've missed you. And it's so strange to sort of say, no, you have to stay back. You have to.
Well, that's the thing, as well as close contact services, you know, we are a very close contact industry because we have that rapport with them, or now technicians have that rapport with clients where, you know, they've got their hands in their own hands.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's an intimate, the beauty industry is quite intimate. So you do have that sense of being tactile sometimes as well. So I think a lot of business owners are going to struggle with that if they're not already. And clients, I think, have missed beauty more than anything else, and so they probably just want to breathe a big sigh of relief and give you a big hug as well. But
I know it sounds strange, but we're like on industry to talk to our clients, to be able to try on all stay back. It's strange.
Well, this brings a whole new meaning to being a beauty therapist as well, doesn't it, I guess? So I mean, in terms of bringing it back to your team, you've got quite a big team. How many are there?
15 now.
15 of you. Wow. How did you kind of touch base with them throughout lockdown and reassure them? Because obviously so many beauty businesses have had a lot of financial implications.
Yeah.
With you know, it's been unsure about what support they can get, and it's been quite a worrying time as well. And with the fact that you have to kind of reduce the amount of nail desks, for example, the amount of beds that are being used due to social distancing, some businesses have concerns about, you know, what does that mean for my staff members? How have you managed that with your staff?
I think, well, I'm quite lucky. I've got quite a team, and I think they know that I always do my best to try and do whatever I could for them. But when it came to that, I felt like I just needed to keep and informed of what I was doing everything. So we basically decided to keep everything if we were going to change split shifts. So the girls at the moment are only working 6-hour shifts because it's a long time. So they're either doing an 8 till 2. So it means we have one shift arrive as one leaves. And that's worked really well. And it's also kept the numbers down in the salon. Financially wise, obviously there's a little hours. The accountants do what they can to try and sort out the top up furlough, but it's a minefield. You know, I think small businesses, like we've got a really good accountant and she is great, but she's just an independent woman. I think for our industry, we are an industry of having a little bookkeeper to help you with your accounts, or, you know, I think big corporate firms, if you have it a bit where they've got all of that support, all of those people to answer questions. So I think, like, financially, that can be difficult. Salons vary.
Yeah, one of the big challenges that I think is that's going to have to be navigated for a long time yet, and we'll see what the government does in terms of, you know, things like back pay and compensation. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. But just to kind of finish up from this whole experience, obviously everyone's been kind of navigating this new normal and navigating this change that none of us have been through before. What's the biggest thing that you've learnt from this whole experience as a business owner?
I've definitely learned how to juggle finance.
Yeah.
I think as a business owner, it's sort of been uncertain. So I've learned that you can sort of get through it, and you just need to try and plan your budget better. But I think for the industry, I think my main that hygiene in the industry as a whole is going to be kept up. And I think that is something really positive for all this. So there's a lot of salons that maybe follow strict measures because there isn't any guidance out there properly. So I do think the hygiene levels in the industry are really going to, that's a really big, for me, that's a massive positive to come out.
Definitely. I think that's a good point. And what we've been hearing sort of murmurs of is that local councils are going to be really stepping up their inspections, and that's something for beauty salons to really take into consideration, the fact that this is an ongoing management of this virus, and that, you know, if you don't follow the rules, there will be consequences. You will be closed down because you know, there are probably a lot of people who have lost their jobs, but there's jobs that are coming in local councils in terms of inspection. So very good point about the hygiene, and it's something that it will you know, elevate in our industry. So change for the good.
Yes, definitely. Yes, I am excited to see sort of how business is going as well, because I do think, as much as for in a very sad time, I think it'll open new opportunities as well. I think there's a lot of growth as well. So as much as it's a hard time, I think there will be good coming.
Brilliant. Well, that's great to hear. Well, Sammy, congratulations on your first day back to you and the team, and well done for you know, navigating it brilliantly. I would suggest to your, anyone that's kind of looking at this live today to go over to the Studio Salons Instagram account and take a look at the Insta story, because I found it really informative from a client perspective. I still haven't got my nails done yet, but they're booked in. But it's nice to know kind of what's in place, and yeah, to see how it's done by an award-winning salon. So thank you very much.
Thanks for inviting me, Helena. It's lovely.
All right, take care. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.